Hello and welcome to the Everything is Black and White podcast. Andy Musgrove here. Hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick video today, exclusive to the YouTube channel, not available on our audio only platform. So please do remember to hit thumbs up, hit subscribe as well if you're not already subscribed to the channel to make sure you get all our content as soon as it is uploaded. And please do dive into the comments because this video only works if you share your view on the topic that I'm about to speak about. And it is, ladies and gents, that on Friday, the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day, the club will release this season's home jersey once again, but a special Carabao Cup final version of it. It's fair to say the reaction to the news hasn't been very positive at all. Let me show you what I'm talking about in case you've missed it. Here we go. As you can see, it is just the Newcastle United home shirt of this season, which has proved very popular indeed. It does come with a little bit of a message embroidered onto the shirt in the centre of it. As you can see, it reads the Carabao Cup Final, Liverpool versus Newcastle United, 16th of March, 2025, Wembley Stadium. And you've also got this bit of training kit as well with the same message on. Now, when I first saw this posted on the club's social accounts, I thought the reaction would be mixed. However, the reaction has been very, very negative, and I've been caught by surprise, to be honest, reading some of the comments, several reasons to why people are unhappy. There are one or two people that have just kind of said, we're not fussed either way, and a couple more people who've said, oh, we love it, and we will be buying this on February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Maybe you can persuade your better half to get you a Newcastle United themed gift, i.e. this shirt. But yeah, the comments towards the news of this release have been very, very interesting. And to be honest, the negative responses have all gone along the same kind of two or three reasons, and we'll get into them in a moment. Some key questions first. How much will this shirt cost? Well, there's nothing on the website yet to confirm how much you will have to part with if indeed you do want to go out and buy it. I've had a check that on the home shirt that has proved very popular, as I've said. That's currently £80 on the club website. So I would say that's where you can start your minimum price at. It might just be £80. It might be a little bit more. As for the training top, I suspect it'll be along similar lines of the same price of the non-Carabao Cup version training tops that you can currently purchase in store and online. Now, the negative reaction, what has been said? Well, a few people have raised the point that it's another bit of memorabilia and the expectation that fans will just snap it up, part with their cash. There have been quite a few kit launches and training top launches this season. But look, this is a PSR necessity, is it not? In a world where every penny counts, do you not have to just accept that the club and their marketing gurus are going to try and tap every possible resource to make as much money for this club? And then you go, fair enough. And if it's reinvested in the club, you accept it. I can understand that there have been quite a few bits of memorabilia launched this season, but no one's forcing fans to go out and buy it. And I don't subscribe to the notion that it's unfair on fans because, and I don't want to come across patronizing at all, but we're all adults and we all have to make the decision based on our budget that we've got to spend on whatever, whether we go out and buy these shirts and training kits and what have you. Look, this season, I've bought one bit of memorabilia, one bit of kit, and that's one of the black jumpers with a Newcastle United badge on. That's the only bit of kit I've bought this season. I like the home shirt, but I didn't feel I could justify that outlay on it. Might try and get it in the end of season sale. I like the recently launched training kit as well, but again, I've not gone and bought it simply because I've had other priorities to spend my money on, and I just don't feel I can justify the outlay. Others will go out and buy every possible kit that's out there on the market, and that's up to them. But I think it's unfair to say or throw accusations at the club that they're milking fans or taking the mick out of fans, which some people have suggested they are doing in response to the news of this new special Carabao Cup Final kit launch. I don't think that's fair. We're all adults. We make the decisions, and it's up to us to whether we buy it or not. And it just goes back to PSR. It probably is a necessity. We know the club are very wary about breaking the PSR restrictions, and it has been a bane of everybody's life because they've been so worried about it that they've not been able to spend properly in the last few windows, and they've lost key players in terms of Elliot Anderson and Yakuba Mintz, who maybe have gone on to be a key player. And it's frustrating. And I get the argument that, is it fair to launch another bit of kit when you haven't spent in the window? But it's not as simple as that. They're not side by side. There's lots of elements and lots of plates spinning. And I just think the club are trying just to squeeze every last penny they possibly can to make sure they're in a really good position this summer and going forward. Could they have done it with scarves and with hats and not a new kit? Yeah, they possibly could have done, but maybe they're looking at the maximum kind of revenue stream, and this is probably it. It would have been really interesting had they done absolutely nothing. Would they then been accused of sitting on the hands and not making the most of a marketing opportunity? Maybe, possibly. There has been some criticism from some labelled at Peter Silverstone again, which I think has been a little bit unfair. But here they are, doing what they can, trying to make the most of a fantastic opportunity down at Wembley, of course, facing Liverpool, as you've seen on the little message on the shirt. And I don't really think you can begrudge the club that. I get why there's a little bit of anger and a little bit of upset at it, but I do wonder as well whether it's kind of a release of something else. Obviously, you've got the tickets up for grabs for the Carabao Cup Final, just under 32,000 tickets available, and people are a little bit angry that they're not going to be able to get a ticket. People are a little bit angry that the pot system that's been put out in terms of balloting and how you get a ticket, and maybe seeing this launch of this special kit, and that's just been what people have jumped on to kind of vent and to release their anger. And maybe when people think again, it's maybe not as bad as they necessarily thought it might be. One of the other arguments put forward is that it's a bit of a jinx. And this one I'm more kind of on board with to a certain degree. I'm not a man who believes in fate and bad luck, good luck and all that. But I can understand to a certain degree why people might say, oh, wait there. Should we not save this until after Newcastle United win the Cup Final? I get that. I do understand that. I do understand the argument. But I guess from a marketing point of view, if they don't release it now and hope for, the sales up to the Cup Final, then they lose the Cup Final. No one is going to buy it. So, it's a wasted opportunity. Obviously, if they win the Cup Final, it'll fly off the shelves, and that'll be what they're hedging the bets on. That'll probably sell decently up to the Cup Final, and if they win it, then they'll have to make sure they're well stocked because everybody will be wanting this kit. Is it a jinx? Look, Newcastle United are not going to lose the Carabao Cup Final because this shirt was released. It's just not going to happen. Does it make them look a bit daft if they lose it and people have bought it and then it just goes into the wardrobe, never to be seen again because you're not going to be walking around with this special cup final? No. Again, it goes back to just trying to make as much money as possible in the battle against PSR. And I know that sounds very corporate, and I know as a football fan, it sounds maybe a little bit dirty and a little bit, you don't want to hear it, but this is the reality Newcastle United are faced with. They need to make sure that they are getting the most out of every possible revenue stream. But I don't for a moment think they are trying to take the mick out of fans. I don't for a moment think they're trying to milk fans. Sorry, penny the worth. They've released something. If you want to go and buy it. If you don't buy it. I think the club are just trying, as I said, to make as much money as possible to put them in the best possible space for the summer and beyond. And look, if it gets reinvested and it helps get a brand new player through the door, which hopefully it will do in the summer, then I'm all for it. Of course, as we said there, Liverpool are the opposition in the Carabao Cup Final. How are we feeling about it, ladies and gents? Dortmund, I don't know. Do you know what? I've said this on the podcast for quite a while. I am confident that this is Newcastle United's time, that the 70 years of hate for a domestic trophy is over. Would I want it to have been Tottenham? Yeah, an easier opposition. But hey, if you're going to end the drought, end it against the Premier League's very best. And there is no one better than Liverpool. I think if Newcastle United can keep everyone fit, avoid silly suspensions, avoid injuries, which, look, is, and I've just said I don't believe in fate, is in the hands of the gods. They will give Liverpool a very good game. And I think they will come out on top. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling. It feels different this time around. I think the Wembley weekend, the whole experience will be different to what we felt a few years ago against Manchester United. And I'm just feeling that little bit confident. Let me know in the comments how confident you are feeling. Obviously, plenty of days and weeks to go until the final, just over a month away. But more importantly, let me know in the comments what you think about this special kit launch on Friday, 14th of February. Are you going to buy it? Are you that fussed by it? Do you care? Like, that's the other thing. Do you actually care? I have to say, a lot of people do care. And I did ask for some response on social media. I told people I was going to be doing this video. And thank you to everyone who has got involved in responding to me. I'll read some of the responses out now. Rob says, it's a great idea. After years of rubbish supporting this club, we should celebrate occasions like this. If people don't want it, don't buy it. I am proud of what the club is doing, and things like this are right up my street. So I think Rob is going to go out and buy it. Craig says, I would rather restock the Adidas Originals range, with the hoodie in particular being out of stock for ages now, than this. Personally, they have restocked that retro shirt that was initially on sale very early on in the campaign, but proved so popular that it just went out of stock. Last week, I think it was, they've got it back in stock, and I checked online this morning, it is still in stock. So if that's your, go out and get that. We've got Jamie saying it's absolutely, to be honest, win and it's a collector's item, lose it, ends up in the cupboard locked away forever. Seems a daft money grab after 3 shirts, retro shirt, 2 training kits, Adidas original specials. I get Adidas Newcastle want to milk it, but it's not for me. Again, the other side of that coin is that, is it a PSR necessity? And Meg says, fans moaning about it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. All clubs do this prior to finals. It's a money maker. If it was half and half shirt, I would understand the uproar. So we've got there a mixed bag response to me. But if you go and look at the response to the club's original tweet a couple of days ago, you can see that actually it's a bit more negative than those responses I've read out. But like I say, for me personally, if you don't want to buy it, don't go and buy it. I will not be buying it, but I'm also not out there with them pitchforks going at the club, and accusing them of taking the mick out of fans, because I just don't think that is what's happening here. I just think they're trying to make the most of every possible marketing opportunity. Will it be as popular as the original home shirt all the way back in, what was it, July, August time? No. Will it be as popular as the 95-97 relaunch a few weeks ago? No. When it will be popular is if Newcastle United manage to win the final, and then you will probably not be able to buy it for love nor money. But as it is, it's a shirt, final shirt. They've done it before many, many years ago. It's just one of those things. I think the uproar, as I said, has probably been more something just to vent at, rather than actually being angry at the launch of this kit. But I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, it only works if you do indeed share your views and your thoughts. Well, I hope you do. I've been Andrew Musgrove. This has been the Everything is Black and White podcast, and I'll see you guys very soon.